a moment of clear-headedness, and that is, I gotta show you this. Right, let's see what we can see. Look at this. So when I say clear-headedness, it's not real often. But I'm having another surgery here in a few days, so we'll see if we can't get some of these issues resolved. Hey, I want to show you guys something that I thought of because I'm having some issues right now, even focusing at all on a computer screen. I can't do it because of my eye. So I thought, how do I write copy? Now, let me back up for a minute and say, I've gotten a lot of emails over the years. People go, well, if I had your luck, or if I, had your contacts, or if I. And I always go, if you had my work ethic, that would be a boost. If you don't already, some of you guys already do. But I work a lot. I did until 2 months ago, and that's been reduced. However, I believe that will be coming back. So I got a couple of tools, old school tools. I know I'm bouncing around. Hang on. I'm getting fixed up. All right, I'm all fixed up. Now, let me show you my old school tools. I got a pillow on my lap, and I have a legal pad, and I have a pen, and I have some typing paper. I'm trying to figure out where these things are. So you know what those items are anyway. So anyway, there's a member that usually comes to the Rhino groups and the mastermind events, and I'm not going to give his name because this isn't although he gets my highest acclaim, and you know who you are because of how you responded. But he bought, like many of you, he bought his business from me. What was it? I think it was Z. And then he went and bought advertising from one of my companies as well, which is Mr. X. So now he's bought a business from my company and he's buying advertising. Well, his splash page, and this is why I'm not going to give a name, in my opinion, was awful. In other words, I didn't think anybody was going to buy off of that. And I felt an obligation to him because he's a customer with me. And I even called Susie. Sometimes I run stuff by my wife or occasionally even Susie because I want to temper it, because you guys, if you're busy and you're doing stuff, you might look at somebody and say, pick the box up, that's the wrong place, put it over there, and then I'm done with you for the day, thank you. And they're all butthurt. Oh my gosh. And right, in a social situation, you might do it differently. But so a lot of times I will be talking to members and customers, and the relationship in my mind is, I like you, doesn't matter. I'd love to be friends with you, doesn't matter. You give me money, and you're giving me money because you want to make more on the internet and you want your family to make money. This is about your loved ones and you and your life and your money. It's not about whether you like Paul Darby or you think Paul Darby's real sweetie and funny and entertaining. So I wrote this guy and said, your splash page sucks. And here's why. Here's what to do to start fixing it. And I told Susie, I said, I might lose him as a customer because he might get all butthurt. And because I didn't go, oh, how wonderful you are and all of that. But I said, I don't feel right I know I can tell people, oh, you're so smart, and you're so pretty, and you're doing so good, and I just like you so much, and I can get more money. Yeah. So I'm not a whore for money. That's just like the Congress people and the people selling out our country and our world. For money, for pieces of paper with dead presidents on them. Are you kidding me? When did human value become worth nothing and wealth and greed? All right, so before I drift, so I felt that it was my responsibility to say, let's get you a tune up so you can make more money. More than, and risk him quitting. And that was more important than me keeping him as a customer and me keeping to make money from him. I'll tell you a real quick story because the two tied in right as I was talking. I didn't know. I know what this is going to be about, and I'm going to do it real quickly in a second. But I was just talking to my brother-in-law, and he inherited a job that somebody else had done. He's a handyman. He's a master craftsman. And they had bungled the job, so when he added the rest of the work and finished it properly, the part that wasn't done properly, it was in a bathroom, had a leak in it. So of course they call my brother-in-law, and well, that looked better. They called my brother-in-law and said, "Oh, you got to come fix this." And so we went and looked, and he goes, "You can see where it's leaking. It has nothing to do with my work." But, and I talked to him tonight, he's out on his second day, and he's probably be a third day, and he goes, "I'm losing money, but I'm going to make it right, and I'm going to make it work for him." And I was like, dude, I'm proud of you. You are manning up. And sometimes manning up hurts. Sometimes there's nobody there to say, way to go, cowboy. Way to go, you're so cool. Sometimes you just freaking man up. And you man up by yourself and you're out, you know. I was going to say, working a fence line, nobody can see you, but you're doing a great job and taking extra care and doing it right. So that's what he was doing. So then I just thought about what I just said, and you guys, I don't want to talk good about me. I just walked myself in a corner where I have to, but I'm not. But anyway, that's what the story's about. So what I decided was, all because a lot of people talk and go, you know, you started earlier and you're whatever you are, and you have a list, you have this, you have that. Yeah, that's true. I worked, I built it, I have it. But if I started at nothing, I'd work and build it and have it again. So I was trying to figure out what's my best skill that you guys do not have for the most part, but would make you more money if you will develop it. So I'm going to give you a couple of points real quickly and say this, and I'm going to give you a resource, and then I'm going to show you an easy step-by-step plan that I just invented and just refined and turned it into a system. It's called writing on paper. Woo, Paul, you're so smart. I used to all the time type in 100 top selling headlines. And sometimes I'd say 100 top selling headlines by J. Abrams. And if you go read all the results from Google that comes up, some of the ones that come up will tell you why they were the top ones and show you what words that they used that elicited the most response. And you will get a $1 million how to write a headline course for free. How to write a top headline. What are the top 100 most effective sales headlines? Type it in Google and go get a free course. It's not a course that somebody wrote to sell you. It is 100 of the best headlines ever written and why. Come on. That's good right there. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, since I can't go in and design a web page because I can't look at my computer, I think that I can write and look at paper. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is this paper is going to be, I'll do it this way, is going to be my web page, and this paper is going to be my worksheet. See how official all this is? I've shown you 2 blank pieces of paper and a pen, but see, Paul, if we had a pen that lit up and flashed, we could write magic copy too. Actually, I was given this pen by the aliens from Roswell. Are you sure? All right. So, here's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start writing headlines, one line after another, and then I'm going to refine them. So whatever I want to sell, and what I'm going to work on next is I have a new idea for the video influencer page for Z that is, I'm going to make a web page out of it. It's going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can just tell you, because the idea is that good. And now I just have to be able to get on paper and transfer that information that this idea is so good it'll make you thousands of dollars. When I said make hundreds of thousands, I'm thinking of people more than just me making money. Because I'm thinking of you guys too. I see the light blinking. The camera's trying to find the light setting that it wants to use. All right. So the 2 things that I'm most interested in are, how do I make them an offer? Them is anybody I can get to come to the webpage that's interested in this kind of stuff. Because you want to sell products and services to people that are interested in those products or services. In other words, you get a guy that's 300 pounds overweight that'll never get on a bicycle again in his life. He probably does not want to buy the latest mountain bike or English racing bike, right? But once in a million, somebody will wander in and just buy something by accident. And that's how a lot of you guys sell. But that means you're buying 1 million page views, or you're working your advertising, or you're buying ads, and you're going to go broke doing that real fast. So what we want to do is throw our bait, which is our wonderful sales offer, into an area where the fish, our customers and prospects, us, are hungry for that kind of bait, right? All of us know you can't go fishing with the wrong bait and catch anything. So what is our bait? Well, this is going to be primarily for internet marketers. And internet marketers primarily want a way to make money. So my headlines might start that says, this is for internet marketers, because internet marketers want to make money. And then it might go to, this is for you if you want to make money on the internet. And that might go to how to make money on the internet in 72 hours. Do you see this? And I just write it. And so the other point, I mentioned a couple of points earlier. One was when I talked about having the right bait. You want to write an offer that makes them want to get whatever the thing is from you. Now, like if you're fishing, you want to make the bait as attractive as possible and get it in front of them when they're hungry and they're feeding. Or you want to go show this to your customers. The internet is not going to be a hungry and a feeding time. It's just going to be a time when you get them on that website, you better show them a reason to order from you right now, today. Give me a reason to buy this thing from you right now, and I probably will if it's something that I want. If I want a pen that lights up and glows and is fancy, and I go to a website and it has pens that light up and glow that are fancy, but it doesn't give me any real reason to buy, I may still buy it. But if I go to one that goes, oh, you want a pen that lights up and glows and is fancy, you want this one. This thing's got racing stripes cut into it. It's got a rubber stylus on the end so you can use it on your phone. It's got blah, 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 and you're going to love it because, and it's a special because, and we can ship it right out to you right now because we want you to have a reason to buy it right now, and you might want to buy it right now because we have 100 of these, and there's about 8 billion people on the internet right now, and about 1 billion of them want this pen, so you better get to moving because it's half price. Right? Give me a reason to buy from you. So, you get your typing paper, and you draw out what you want your web page to look like. Like you draw a box and say my video goes here, my image goes here, my bullet points will go here, my headline goes here, the eyebrow, which is a little text over the headline if you want to use it, goes here, my sub-headline goes here, and you will draw those out, and then you will get your legal pad, and you'll start working. This is my headline. This is my sub-headline. Then ideas for video or ideas for image. And then if you're going to use an autoresponder, if you're going to use whatever you use, and start designing a web page that you look at and say, dang, son, I'd buy if I went to that web page, I'd want to know more. You got my attention with that. Same thing with videos, and I'm going to say this. A lot of you guys are making videos and you're making splash pages. They do not make people go, whoa, that's exactly what I want. What a deal. I gotta get it. I do not have the ability to get you to reach in your pocket and get money to give me unless I have something that you want and make it more valuable to you than the money I'm asking for. i.e., if you want to make sales and money, you need to put up a web page and get people there that want a product or service, and you give them a reason to buy it from you because it is so compelling and is worth more than the money that you're charging for it to them to have it. And the minute you do that, honey, you've got a sale over and over and over and over and over. Because you get this individual on your email list and you develop and you sell them this wonderful pen that lights up and glows and plays FM radio and is just amazing. And then you send them an email and, you got it, you're awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know. We want to take care of you and your pen, by the way. If you'd like this attractive box, felt line box to keep your show pen in. A week later it might be open. By the way, we have this special on the batteries that go in this pen. You can get 6 of them for the price of 3. Oh, and by the way, we have this cleaning cloth for your pen to keep it shiny, bright, and wonderful. That's called being an internet marketer. All right. So I'm going to start working on my headline, my subheadline, my eyebrow text, my bullet points, start thinking about what I put in a video, all of that. Then I'm going to, once I get my text, get it narrowed down to what I want, then I'm going to draw it out on my piece of paper, and I'm going to have a look at it here, and then I'm going to look at the mobile version. And when it's all done, hopefully I'll be able to go build it as a web page, but if not, I will get somebody else to build it for me. I'll say, this is what I want it to look like. All right? And that is how you do the beginnings of your sales and relationships with a new prospective member, and then an ongoing relationship with your buying customers that are thrilled with you and your stuff. Okay? So, I know I look a little rough, don't I? Yep, a little rough, but you know what? I don't even care. I'm 65 years old and I'm married, so I can look however I want. I hope that you're blessed and I hope you're happy. I hope you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and that He's a blessing to you, that you're a blessing to Him and others. I hope this was of value to you. Please leave me a comment and let me know if this was good or if I've been taking so many pain pills that I just blathered on about something that is of no help to you, because it could go either way. And until I make another video or talk to you or email you, I love you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day with all the... Thank you, David Stapleton. Thank you, sir. You are an awesome guy. I'm not blowing smoke. I said it because I mean it. All right, I'm going to go if I can figure out where the off button is. Take very good care.